Hey everyone, and welcome back to Future Frequency, the podcast where we ask fun questions and crack open the science behind them. I'm Leah, and today we're talking about something that starts in your kitchen but leads into biology, farming, and even a little mystery. Here's the big question. Can a regular egg from the supermarket hatch into a baby chick? You might have looked at a carton of eggs and wondered, is there a tiny chicken inside? If I warmed it up, would it start to grow? To help us get to the bottom of this, I'm joined by Dr. Nina, biologist, poultry expert, and someone who knows way more about eggs than your average omelet lover. Hi, Nina.
Hi, Leah. Thanks for having me. And yes, I promise this episode will be exciting.
You're starting strong. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the short answer, just to clear things up for everyone right away. Segment 1, can a supermarket egg hatch?
The short answer is no. Most supermarket eggs will not hatch into chicks. That's because almost all of them are unfertilized. Hens lay eggs whether or not there's a rooster around. But without a rooster, the egg will never develop into a chick.
So if I buy a dozen eggs at the store, none of them were ever going to be baby chickens?
Exactly. They're just eggs. No embryos, no baby inside. In big egg farms, hens are kept without roosters, specifically so the eggs can't be fertilized. It's all about consistency and safety.
But let's say something unusual happens. What if, just maybe, one egg was fertilized?
Great question. In rare cases, like from small farms or local markets, it's possible an egg could be fertilized. But even then, it has to be kept warm for development to begin. If the egg is refrigerated, the process stops completely.
So a fertilized egg could maybe grow into a chick if no one put it in the fridge.
Yes, in theory. But to really hatch, the egg needs very specific conditions: warm, steady temperature, the right humidity, and careful turning. Most supermarket eggs have been cleaned, sorted, and chilled, so even a fertilized one wouldn't survive.
So what's actually inside that egg I crack into my frying pan?
You'll find the yolk, that bright yellow center, which would feed a chick if it were growing, the egg white, also called albumin, which cushions the yolk, and a tiny white dot on the yolk, the germinal disc. This is where an embryo would form in a fertilized egg, but in supermarket eggs, that disc is just a speck. Nothing's growing there.
So it's just breakfast, no baby. Got it. Let's talk about the farming side. Why don't egg producers just let some eggs hatch?
Because egg farms and chick farms are different operations. Laying hens are raised to produce eggs only, no fertilization needed. Letting eggs hatch would interrupt production and cause storage issues. Also, eggs are refrigerated right after collection, which stops any embryo development immediately, even if fertilization had happened.
So the cold puts a full stop on any tiny life forming inside.
Exactly. Cold equals no chick.
Okay, but let's talk about the fun side. Have people actually tried to hatch a store egg?
Yes. Some folks have tried, usually with farm-fresh eggs that came from backyard flocks where roosters and hens live together. A few rare cases have worked, mostly with non-refrigerated eggs from small farms, but not with eggs from big supermarkets.
So if someone's watching the videos on the internet of a chick coming out of a store egg, it's probably not really from a standard grocery store.
Right. It's usually from a more local or unregulated source, and even then, it's very rare.
Let's wrap it up with a clear answer in case anyone's still wondering.
So, if you buy eggs at the regular grocery store, they will not hatch. They're not fertilized. They've been refrigerated, they're safe to eat, and they were never going to become baby chickens.
So no, your breakfast wasn't almost a bird.
Exactly. But if you're really curious about hatching eggs, you can try it. Just get fertilized eggs from a breeder and use an incubator. It's an amazing learning experience, especially for kids.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nina, and thank you, listeners, for being part of today's Eggsploration. Whether you eat eggs, raise chickens, or just love weird questions, we hope you learned something new. This was Future Frequency. See you next time, and remember, curiosity is the best thing to hatch.